Kia ora. This is a quick review of the Eggplant, which is a 2020 web series which was produced by Motion Sickness. It's directed by Sam Stuchbury and it stars Karen O'Leary and Tammy Davis. And it's a comedy crime show set at a New Zealand high school. The detective character is the principal of the school, and the principal, Morris, is attempting to solve a mystery of who has created and left a giant eggplant on the field of the college. There are 6 episodes, and increasingly the episodes are filmed in the style of a crime show. So if we have a quick look at the opening of the show, we can see that it's very well shot, very nice camera work. We've got a combination in both the camera and movement of really nice use of focus. Here's Tammy Davis popping up on the screen there for a second. We have a cast of 4 or 5 students who are the key suspects, who were introduced to at the start of the episode, and there's an episode focusing on each of those student characters, and along the way they introduce a range of issues which these characters are dealing with in their lives, and they use the show to set this up. So if we jump forward a little bit here, we'll get to the introduction of the eggplant itself.
It's an eggplant.
And that forms the key part of the show. So this is what the investigation is all about. I watched the show last year. It came out in 2020, and I found it very enjoyable. It's tackling a few key issues, things like online bullying, sexting, privacy issues. It deals with how those things impact teenagers' lives. It's getting across a positive message, but it's doing so with humour, and in a pretty entertaining fashion. The humour is quite understated, like it's not very over the top. A lot of the humour is quite dry, which appealed to me. Why not appeal to every viewer, but I think that genuinely pretty funny. So the combination of being really well shot, well scripted, the acting performances are really strong, and then the premise is very silly, but it's quite fun. I think all adds up to it being a pretty good show. If we jump ahead to the end of this episode, we can see some of the really classic crime show elements pop up. So here they've just talked to the first 15 who are having to move to a different field, and then we get the classic crime show pin board with all the suspects' names and pictures and stuff put up at the end. So it's really clearly parodying the style of crime shows, using, obviously the character is a fan of crime shows, and using that language to tell a story about pranks and bullying and online safety and nudes and so on. So a shot like this, really beautifully lit. They've hazed up the room with some smoke here. They've got this wonderful detective board. Even the costuming elements are really well done for the character of the principal being our detective character. So I thought it was neat. Overall, really cool show. So 6 episodes, each one in a neighbourhood of about 13, 14, 15 minutes long. And the whole show links to a website as well, which is here. The website's keepitrealonline.govt.nz and deals with these various issues. And so these are some of the things that come up in the episodes of the Eggplant. Not all of them, but definitely these top 3 up here in bullying. They all come into play during the show. So I would definitely recommend it. It's an entertaining show. If you like New Zealand comedy, they've done a pretty good job of it. You might recognise Tammy Davis from Outrageous Fortune. You might recognise Karen O'Leary from Wellington Paranormal. It's got a positive message at the heart of it, but also it's just fun to watch. It's a funny show that uses the style of crime shows to tell a story about online safety. So 9 out of 10 for me. Definitely recommend.